Hey NFL fans, before we dive into today's hottest stories, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. From NFL News Now, the Philadelphia Eagles have reportedly pulled off a move that could reshape the entire NFC East. And the buzz around the league is palpable. ASANTE Samuel Jr., the rising cornerback who has been making waves in the league with his speed, instincts, and playmaking ability, is now officially linked to Philadelphia, according to multiple insider whispers that are circulating across social media and sports circles. While the Eagles have always been known for their aggressive approach in building a dominant secondary, landing a player of Samuel's caliber is being seen as a statement move. The murmurs suggest that the Eagles are not just thinking short-term, but are aiming to construct a unit that could stifle opposing quarterbacks for years to come. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about the potential combinations in the Eagles' backfield, imagining a scenario where Samuel's ball-hawking tendencies complement a veteran safety, or pair with a lockdown corner to create one of the most feared secondaries in the league. Rumors indicate that internal discussions have revolved around salary cap implications, but the organization seems determined to prioritize talent and defensive dominance over strict financial caution. The energy surrounding the Eagles camp is reportedly electric, with sources hinting that team leadership sees Samuel as a transformational piece, one that could be the missing link in a defense that has long been competitive but searching for true elite status. The intrigue doesn't stop at the contract itself, as insiders suggest that Samuel's arrival is also about culture and identity. Philadelphia has cultivated a reputation for having one of the most passionate fan bases in the NFL, and landing a high-profile defensive back is not just about talent, it's about signaling intent. The buzz around the league is that other teams are now recalculating their strategies, aware that the Eagles' secondary could become an impenetrable wall. There are murmurs that coaches have already been working on new defensive schemes, designed specifically to maximize Samuel's strengths, including press coverage, zone flexibility, and complex blitz packages. Even training camp reports are fueling the fire, with anonymous sources hinting that veteran players are excited about the learning opportunities and the competitive edge Samuel brings. Meanwhile, fantasy football analysts are quietly adjusting projections, speculating that quarterbacks facing Philadelphia may now struggle to reach even modest passing numbers. The narrative forming in whispers suggests that Samuel's signing is not just a move, it's a signal that the Eagles intend to redefine how the NFC East thinks about pass defense. Rumors also suggest that this acquisition could have ripple effects, potentially influencing draft strategies, free agent signings, and even the approach to the defensive line, all aimed at creating a cohesive and fearsome unit. With Samuel in the mix, the Eagles might be preparing for a season where their secondary is not just a component, but the heartbeat of a championship-caliber team. Industry insiders are reportedly pointing to Samuel's unique ability to read quarterbacks and anticipate routes as a game-changer for Philadelphia's defensive philosophy. Unlike many cornerbacks who rely purely on athleticism, Samuel is said to bring a cerebral approach to coverage, studying tendencies, formations, and even subtle pre-snap movements. According to sources whispering around NFL circles, the Eagles coaches have long coveted a player who can not only cover receivers, but also elevate the performance of the surrounding defensive backs. There's a growing rumor that Samuel's leadership qualities in the secondary could transform young players into more confident and disciplined defenders, creating a ripple effect across the roster. The chatter suggests that Philadelphia is betting on his ability to generate turnovers and create momentum-shifting plays, an intangible that rarely shows up on paper but can determine the outcome of high-stakes games. Fans are reportedly buzzing with speculation, imagining scenarios where Samuel's presence forces opposing offenses to alter game plans entirely, focusing on shorter passes or avoiding his side of the field. Internal whispers claim that practices are already being modified to simulate situations where Samuel can thrive, and veteran teammates are said to be mentoring him on complex defensive audibles. Analysts hint that this move could be a defining moment for the franchise, establishing Philadelphia as a destination for elite defensive talent, and sending a message that the Eagles are serious contenders in a conference full of quarterbacks and high-octane offenses. If these rumors hold, the league might be on the brink of witnessing a secondary that isn't just good but historically intimidating, a unit built around Samuel's unique combination of skill, intelligence, and playmaking ability. Off the field, rumors are also fueling the hype, with sources indicating that Samuel's fit with the city and locker room culture played a significant role in the decision. Philadelphia has always valued players who embrace the intensity of their fan base and the accountability demanded within the organization, and insiders suggest that Samuel ticks all the boxes. The whispers claim that team executives are particularly excited about his professionalism and adaptability, projecting that he can help bridge the gap between experienced veterans and younger prospects in the secondary. Social media chatter is reportedly exploding as fans dissect highlights from Samuel's past seasons, speculating on how his coverage skills, agility, and instincts could create highlight reel plays in Lincoln Financial Field. There's talk that the locker room is already energized by the addition, seeing Samuel as a catalyst for a defensive identity that can intimidate top-tier offenses. Rumors hint that rival teams are privately concerned, recognizing that the Eagles now have a cornerback who could dictate offensive game plans and turn the tide of crucial divisional matchups. Analysts are whispering that this acquisition could also influence upcoming drafts, with the Eagles possibly targeting complementary pieces to fortify a unit that may already be shaping up as elite. The narrative growing around Philadelphia's front office is that this isn't just a signing, but a strategic, culture-shaping decision, one designed to cement the team's identity as a defensive powerhouse. The combination of talent, mindset, and potential leadership makes Samuel a central figure in whispers about Philadelphia's defensive future. Rumors further suggest that the timing of this move was calculated to maximize impact, both on the field and in the rumor mill surrounding the league. According to whispers circulating in NFL circles, the Eagles may have orchestrated the announcement to coincide with a period where other teams were still finalizing contracts, ensuring maximum attention and signaling dominance in the defensive market. There are murmurs that scouts from rival teams are now reevaluating their strategies, recognizing that Philadelphia has possibly set a new benchmark for cornerback acquisitions. Inside chatter indicates that coaches are designing intricate coverage schemes specifically to exploit Samuel's strengths, allowing him to patrol wide zones while providing support for safeties and linebackers. Meanwhile, fan speculation is reaching fever pitch, with discussions on online forums analyzing potential matchups, imagining scenarios where Samuel's coverage results in game-changing interceptions and crucial stops. The rumor wave even hints at potential long-term effects, suggesting that Samuel's presence could influence draft priorities, free agency negotiations, and future trades, creating a domino effect across the defensive landscape. Analysts whisper that this acquisition might redefine expectations for cornerbacks entering the league, positioning Samuel as both a role model and a disruptor. With all these elements converging, the narrative forming is clear. Philadelphia is sending a message to the NFC East and beyond that their secondary, anchored by ASANTE Samuel Jr., is a force to be reckoned with, blending skill, strategy, and audacious intent into one dominant unit. The excitement in Philadelphia reportedly extends beyond the coaching staff and locker room, with fans fueling the rumor mill and speculating on how this move changes the competitive dynamics of the NFC East. Whispers suggest that ticket sales, merchandise, and social media engagement are already feeling the impact, reflecting heightened anticipation for the upcoming season. Analysts are reportedly weighing how this signing shifts the balance of power, imagining quarterbacks forced to adjust their reads, wide receivers challenged to escape Samuel's coverage, and offensive coordinators scrambling to avoid unfavorable matchups. Rumors also point to the potential synergy with other defensive pieces, hinting that Samuel could seamlessly integrate with existing stars to form a cohesive, elite secondary. Training camp whispers claim that practices are buzzing with energy, players excited to test themselves against Samuel and adapt to new defensive schemes. The narrative spreading quietly but powerfully is that Philadelphia has possibly done more than just add a player. They may have fundamentally altered the way opponents plan for them. Insiders hint that this signing might spark a trend, encouraging other franchises to prioritize versatile, ball-hawking cornerbacks capable of changing games single-handedly. If these rumors hold any truth, Samuel's arrival is more than a transaction. It's the genesis of a defensive identity that could define Philadelphia for seasons to come. The whispers around the league suggest that ASANTE Samuel Jr.'s arrival could spark a ripple effect that goes far beyond the Eagles' defensive backfield. Rumors indicate that veteran players are already taking note of his preparation habits, film study routines, and on-field communication skills, quietly elevating the entire secondary. Sources hint that coaches are experimenting with hybrid coverage schemes, designed to let Samuel roam freely, jump routes, and exploit matchups, while still providing support to less experienced corners. The chatter on social media suggests that fans are imagining highlight plays that could become the defining moments of the season, from clutch interceptions to game-changing pass deflections. Internal sources claim that the team's leadership sees this acquisition as a cultural signal as well, demonstrating a commitment to building a defense-first identity that aligns with Philadelphia's grit and intensity. Analysts whisper that opposing quarterbacks may now face a psychological challenge, knowing Samuel could appear anywhere on the field, disrupting timing and forcing mistakes. The rumor mill even suggests that this move could influence the Eagles' approach to drafting in the next year, as they may now prioritize complementary pieces, linebackers, or safeties who can maximize Samuel's impact, creating a domino effect across personnel decisions and long-term defensive planning, further cementing Philadelphia's intent to dominate the NFC East for years. Keep watching as we analyze more details about some rumors. Rumors swirling inside the NFL suggest that Samuel's skill set is ideally suited for the aggressive style that Philadelphia wants to impose, giving the Eagles a cornerback who can pressure quarterbacks, read plays, and force turnovers. Sources close to the team hint that coaches are already integrating Samuel into complex coverage rotations, allowing him to shadow top receivers, cover slot threats, and act as a safety net for blitzing linebackers. The buzz is that this flexibility not only strengthens the secondary, but also frees up defensive coordinators to design unpredictable schemes that keep opponents guessing. Industry insiders speculate that Samuel's presence could have psychological effects, forcing quarterbacks to second-guess reads, slowing down timing routes, and indirectly boosting pass rush productivity. Fans are reportedly dissecting every available highlight, debating how Samuel's instincts and speed could translate into dominant performances, while rumors suggest that veteran defensive backs are mentoring him on nuances specific to the Eagles' defensive philosophy. Analysts quietly whisper that the combination of talent, preparation, and scheme fit may position Samuel as a cornerback capable of redefining what elite coverage looks like in Philadelphia, beyond individual performance. The speculation suggests that the team's identity, culture, and long-term strategy are all quietly being reshaped around his presence, creating an air of anticipation that few off-season moves have ever matched. The rumor mill also hints at potential leadership dynamics that Samuel could influence within the locker room. Sources claim that younger defensive backs are already being inspired by his professionalism, film study habits, and competitive drive, potentially accelerating their development and maturity. Insiders whisper that coaches envision Samuel as more than a cornerback. They see a mentor, a communicator, and a player capable of aligning the entire secondary's performance with the team's larger defensive objectives. The chatter suggests that his influence could extend to practice habits, positional drills, and even strategic decision-making during games, subtly guiding less experienced teammates to better anticipation, positioning, and confidence. Fans are reportedly envisioning scenarios where Samuel's presence allows defensive coordinators to implement daring blitz packages or disguised coverages, knowing he can adapt and respond to offensive adjustments on the fly. Analysts whisper that his ability to read quarterbacks, anticipate throws, and create turnovers might elevate the secondary into one of the most feared units in the league, sending a message to rivals that the Eagles are no longer just competitive, they are potentially dominant. The rumor wave indicates that Samuel's leadership and skill set could be the glue that transforms Philadelphia's defensive philosophy, solidifying a blueprint that combines intelligence, athleticism, and cultural influence, potentially setting a new standard for what it means to have a shutdown secondary in modern football. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share it with your fellow NFL fans. Stay tuned for more updates, only here on NFL News Now.